Hey everybody, and welcome back to Elden Ring. Last time, we just kind of hopped around Limgrave, did this and that, went down to the beach and did that, and that beach as well, plus this fort, plus these woods, plus this, which was really freaking cool. And then we hopped up a spirit spring into Stormhill and went around a little bit. This time, you know how I said I was going to go up to the gates of Stormvale? Well, I thought about it a little bit, and I changed my mind. Sorry, I know. Why haven't you done the dungeon yet? This series is so boring. I'm sorry. I'm the type of player who does everything before the major dungeon. That's just who I am. And besides, I wasn't even going to enter Stormvale. I was just going to go up to the front doorstep and leave, so it would have been disappointing anyway. I have decided instead to go off this way, as I'd like to check over here a little bit out. As you can see by the map, it is higher elevation than down here. We could not get up there from down there. Then there's also this place, which we apparently went into briefly when we got transported to the Celia Crystal Tunnel, so I'd like to check it out a little bit more. Let's hop on tour and then get going. There's a few stops I want to make on the way, and I don't remember where they are. Never mind. Okay, this is basically what I had in mind. All right, you see these. Kind of hard to see in the nighttime, but you see those? That's a string connected to bells. If we walk over that, we're going to make a ton of noise and wake everyone up, so we want to avoid that. And instead, just come over to this guy with the torch and kill him. You know, sneak around the traps by not being very sneaky. That's how you do things in Elden Ring. Or something. Alright. It's a shaggy dog. Don't mind it. There's a guy throwing a firebomb. Don't mind him. Oh, wow, there's two. Alright, then. Well, that... You almost had me, and then you just didn't. Nice job. Nice job. Chain-draped tabard we got. Finally a new freaking outfit to wear. Let's see how that looks. Nah, I'll wear it for now. It's something different. But it is basically what one of the weakest enemies in the game wears, so I don't know how that makes me look. Maybe it'll be encouraging to them. Maybe if I look like them and then fight strongly, they'll see me and they'll be inspired to do better. Or they'll just keep slashing at me with their swords. I don't know. I hear a roar in the distance, one of those trolls. Oh, that's a knight with two dogs. Okay, that's gonna be tricky. I could do it. In fact, I should just heal right now. I got 5 flasks. I'm too used to having 3 flasks, because I had 3 flasks at the beginning of last video. One of the dogs sees me. I'm just gonna get hit by it and probably wake up the knight in the process. Yep indeed, yep indeed. I don't think I'm even hidden according to the knight anymore. I think the knight knows where I am. Or maybe not. No, maybe I got out of there safely. Well, anyway, kill the knight's dogs before we can do anything about it. There we go. And of course, there's still a foot soldier just chilling here. Can't do anything without a foot soldier butting in, apparently. No fighting knights without foot soldier joining. Alright, you've got a sword, which means you are infinitely more fun to fight than your spear counterparts. And the foot soldiers are doing absolutely nothing. That was the wrong button. I did not press the right part of the controller at all trying to dodge there. Oh, y'all guys almost got a hit. Too bad your swords are way shorter range than this guy's. Alright. I'm just trying to play this carefully, because... I mean, this isn't that big. It isn't that big of a loss if I die. It's just still, I'd rather not die to a knight. After I've died to them so many times in the first episode. By so many times, I mean 1. It was enough to destroy my ego forever. Thus, I must kill the rest of them. Alright, now you guys, which I put a stop to that right away. And I will put a stop to your... Okay, fine. Watch out for that little 5th hit they do. They're like, eh, in the little 5th hit after their 4-6 hit combo or something. Actually, lost count, so it may not be a 5th hit after all. Alright, that should be this camp, basically. I think there are a couple more, like, alarm chains strewn about, so you want to watch out for that. But otherwise, feel free to open up this chest and take the Beast Crest Heater Shield. Heater Shield. So, is it a portable space heater? Can I put it in my hand to warm myself up in cold areas? Not that cold areas actually do any damage in this game. This isn't Breath of the Wilderness. The Legend of Zelda, the Wilderness's morning breath. It's the smell of skunk. Right, what can we see around here? Excuse me, Torrent. I would like it if you could actually move. Aside from an earthly flower, we got another one of you rabbit jackalopes. Oh, okay, so it's just a jump over to this place. Well, I'd like to keep going down the way. Oh, hi. I see you up there on that ruin. Hello, sir? You're just off looking at trees or something? You're just off stargazing? Well, like there are any stars to gaze at. Look at all those stars in the sky right now that you can't see. Okay, since this is at an angle, I think we might be able to climb to the... Maybe not. Maybe not. I think my theory is being proven wrong. But hey, it was just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. I know how to get it. Be right back. Or maybe not, depending on how quick this is. That was it. Alright. I think there is more to see up here. A little bit more. Oh, there is more to see up here. Okay, we're gonna go back up there in just a bit. Because I'd like to go up there where that guy is. Okay. Got a lance. Considered a type of great spear, this weapon has no blade, but instead features a long conical body designed as spears. Or is it conical? Skill is charge forth. Carrying the momentum into a thrust, hold to cover a greater distance. Whenever any enemy does like a charge at you or you take like a huge chunk of damage every single tick as long as they're hitting you with the spear, that's what charge forth is, basically. That was the alarm that those chains trigger if you walk over them. Another one of you. Weird looking things. Those things do have a particular spot where they like gather, but we have not seen one of those quite yet. We should be seeing one this video. Okay, up this hill where this guy is. I'm not that interested in fighting him, or am I? I think I'll have my wondrous physic. Give myself some extra stamina as I go into beat up his horse. I was gonna say bash his horse, but I am kind of using a sword, so bash isn't that correct of the word. Okay, that was... I was worried about that fight, and never mind, I should be worried about it. Okay, drink. Of course, he's got a spear. I'd probably be that projected if I, too, just got knocked off my horse from some random person in the night. I understand your self-defense measures. Ash of War Golden Vow is what that guy drops. On top of that, there should be, somewhere around here, a special-looking item. Or am I wrong? Or am I thinking of a different place? Oh, this here's the freaking Coliseum. That guy was just chilling right behind that ruin the entire time at the end of last video. Never mind, what I sought was not here after all. Let's pick up some herba for a placeholder. Drop down, maybe? No, this is the ruins of something though. Looks like fossils. It's also more down. Yeah, let's go. Why not? Check this place out a little bit. See some sights. Visit some notable landmarks. Aha! I think is that it? No, that's not. I was so confident that was it as soon as I saw the item glint, and it was not. Instead, what I got was a bunch of lousy enemies. And one with a spear, come on. I thought for a second that said chin draped tabard. It did not. Okay, well, I've kind of skipped ahead further than I wanted to be, and I did take fall damage from that, which shows that fall was nearly lethal, so I'm gonna heal that back up. Fortunately, Torrent heals along with you whenever you drink a flask while riding him. There is another way to heal him via these, right here, Roa Raisin. I can craft a bunch of these. I'm only gonna craft one, though, for the sake of demonstration, though I do believe I had some already. But yes, you can feed these to Torrent to either slightly or greatly restore HP, depending on the type of row fruit that they are. It's nice. You can take care of Torrent at least a little bit. Here's a site of grace, and there's a bridge with a mad pumpkin head. We'll come back to him later. Let's just go backwards for now. Let's backtrack a little bit, because there is some stuff that I ended up missing.
Can you hear me? Help me. I'm stuck. Hello?
Are you the great Kenneth Height Jr. or something? Where are you? That bird, maybe? You never know. Birds could probably speak English.
Can you hear me?
Nope.
Hello?
It's this guy. This giant jar.
Oh, my stars. I'm so happy to see you. I am Alexander, also known as the Iron Fist. And as you can see, I'm stuck here. Please, can you help me out of this?
Sure.
My thanks. 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big. And I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. There's no need to fret. I'm very well trained. Give it your all, I say.
I've always wanted to smack a jar's ass. Let's do so with the club. Triumphant delights we have unlocked. I don't believe that hurts him, but don't continue doing it once he's freed, or else he will not like it very much.
Well played, good lady. Well played. Though that mighty wallop of yours almost spelled the end of me. Well, I'm out now, and that's what counts. I thank you. And as a token of my appreciation, I'd like you to have this.
Dude, I already picked up one of these earlier.
Once again, the pleasure is mine. I am the warrior Jar known as Alexander. Iron Fist Alexander, in fact. I journey to the east, where I intend to further my education in the ways of war. And beyond these lands lie the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid wilds. And upon their southern edge is Redmane Castle, in which a festival of combat is being held. I'd heard whispers of such festivities before. Doesn't the notion set your breast aflutter?
The Caelid Wilds, eh? That is what's to the east. So now we know the name of that place.
I'm heading eastward to...
And he's just confirming what he's already said. Alright. Very interesting character, but also just really charming and enjoyable. I love the warrior jars, especially Alexander. Yes, there are more of them. You'll be seeing them quite a bit throughout the game. What else? Spirit Spring? Down there, I see, as well as a scarab that I hear. I don't see, I hear. Maybe here is where the item I'm thinking of is. Or maybe it's just some lonely troll. Let's leave him be. There's also land octopi. I have better things to do with my life than fight land octopi. Believe me. That Spirit Spring is actually very, very far down in an area I didn't know you could visit, but yes, you can indeed go down here, and we will be going down here later. I'm going to mark that as a point for later, though I don't think I'm going to go there right now. Speaking of places I'm not going to go right now, I am going to cross that bridge very soon, but there's one more thing I'd like to check out before we do, and that is the opposite ledge right here. Or the opposite ridge, I think is the proper name of this kind of landmass. I'll be honest, I do not know a whole lot of geographical terms for things. Hello, sir. You seem to have been left out of these catacombs.
Unthinkable. Our hallowed resting place is violated. To refuse the Erdtree's call to return, to live within death, sickening.
To live within death. If I were a robot right now, you just have defeated me by saying that to my face. This is indeed a catacomb right here, but I don't think I'm gonna do this right at the moment. I have some other places I'd like to go to first, and if I remember correctly, this one's actually a little bit on the harder side, so we're gonna wait on this one. I will light the Site of Grace so we can return here very easily, and then just leave and go elsewhere. If I recall correctly, there's not a whole lot to see back here. It's just the ruins of these things that we've been seeing everywhere, and I believe some demi-humans as well. Just a pack of demi-humans, and that's it. Oh. That one looks a little bit more fixed. Something about this world tells me I should avoid things that look, big and deadly. So, let's avoid things that look big and deadly, and go over here and grab this Lance Talisman. Wait a minute, I don't remember this. Maybe I do. Enhances attacks while on horseback. I really don't remember this. Knights on horseback are deadly foes. They see all below from their lofty position, meaning little meaningful resistance as they charge ahead. Oh, really? Well, I just beat up that one guy on that one horse earlier. Then again, I was on a horse too, so it was kind of an even playing field. I guess I'll put it on for now, since I am going to be riding Torrent a fair bit. If you do get close to this thing, it is indeed an enemy. It wakes up with a startling rumble. I believe you can attack its legs right here. As you can see, its legs are kind of dead and weak, and it's got some big wounds. And it has a large chunk of health missing already. So you just want to bash at its legs as much as you can, and eventually it should get staggered. Its attacks are really hard to see coming because it's freaking huge enemy. Like, if you thought the trolls' attacks were hard to see coming, oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. There are so many worse enemies in this game. It is now staggered, so go and stab it in the heart, and this should finish it off. Yes, these guys are really, really, really weak to critical hits. So if you can hit them with one, you basically just killed them right then and there, as we did to that one. Oh, yep, here are the demi-humans. There's like 4 of them here, and they have red eyes. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm bothering. They give me nothing. Whoa, ruined fragments aplenty. Give me this. What? What? What the hell? What is... Okay, that's a boss. I was not prepared for that at all. I did not know that would be there. That is a death bird. They only show up at night, which is why I had no idea that thing existed. And, okay, it's chasing after me very, very loosely. I'm gonna pick up the item that's at this troll's feet, and then I'm going to, drive past you. It was a beast liver. Okay, thanks. Well, if only I could open the map. Unfortunately, you can't while in combat. I'm gonna have to mark that spot as a boss spot that I should come back to later. I do not want to fight that thing right now. Those enemies, those bosses are not all that enjoyable, especially as weak as we are right now. So instead, okay, there it goes. I still can't open the map for some reason. There we go. You can't open the map while you're in combat, and it's one of the most annoying features this game adds. It makes sense why you can't fast travel, but I think you should at least be able to open the map. You good, sir? Right. Got it. I haven't really been out here very much since I didn't pick up those fire arrows right there and I didn't kill those Caelid knights. But I believe the item I am searching for might be right up here somewhere. To the left. Yes, 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 I believe that's it. Past the yep, that is it. So it is right up here, not over here like I constantly think it is. This is the Strength Knot Crystal Tier. Crystal Tiers are not always found at minor Erdtrees. There are a few that are just scattered around in remote locations like this, and they tend to be far stronger and far more interesting than the ones you find at Erdtrees. Not the ones at Erdtrees are bad or anything, they're really good, but these ones tend to be better. When mixed into the Flask of Wonders physic, it temporarily boosts your strength. Guess by how much? It's more than 10. It's at least more than 10, which is quite nuts. Okay, that's Stormhill Shack. We've seen everything else over here. I think we're good to keep going. Yeah, it's a really darn good effect, especially for us right now in the early game. So I'm going to switch out my boost stamina for that straight away as soon as I load in. And by the way, before I forget to mention it, the one downside with respawning at a Stake America is that you cannot rest at them, meaning you cannot switch Wondrous Physics or your equipped spells at Stakes America. You can simply only respawn there. You also can't fast travel to them. This Pumpkinhead behaves a little bit oddly. He likes to ignore you and just slam his head down into the ground in rage, but fortunately for us, he's not doing anything about our existence at the moment. You finally realized I exist, and that was the wrong place to aim, buddy. We got the pumpkin helm first drop. I don't know if that guy's guaranteed to do it, but oh my god, I have to. Very heavy and very hard. Reduces damage from headshots and impacts. The inside of the helm is pitch black, keeping the crazed warrior within from panicking. Perhaps its rather roomy interior also helps alleviate feelings of pressure and claustrophobia. Are you sure? I have a heavy load. Yeah, that's what the slow dodge rolls look like as a heavy load. It's not fun. Spirit Spring right there, but I think I'll go there at a later time. For now, we're back in Limgrave, because, that was definitely not Limgrave over there or anything. It is technically another big place called Stormhill, but whatever. It's within the same general area as the rest of Limgrave, so it counts as Limgrave to me, personally. Pick up this Erdleaf flower, and as you can see over here, there is a merchant who is playing music at 3 in the morning, or more like 5 or 6 in the morning, when everyone's trying to get some shut-eye. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sneak up, and boom!
Oh, dear. I'm terribly sorry. Are you here as a customer?
I like to think that I startled him with that, even though that boo was probably less well executed than it could have been. Pickled turtleneck. There's a turtle right over there. How dare you dishonor that turtle by selling this 2 feet away from him? Temporarily boost stamina recovery. Meh, don't need it. I'll take this, though. This will allow me to make pickled turtlenecks. Man, you like some turtle, don't you? As well as poison arrows and bolts. There's also a short sword, not interested. Flame chariots. All right, I'm interested. As well as a bandit mask. That could give us something to wear on the head. As well as the halberd that the vagabond starts with. I'll take that, and then I'll stop buying stuff because I should level up stuff.
I must apologise. I'm afraid I've very little to offer.
That's fine, buddy. You had a good amount of items. Yeah, seriously, the store's just right over here. Did you know that that guy's selling your necks over there? He's collected your necks day and night. It's actually quite foggy over here. I don't remember this. I thought it would clear it up. Would clear up eventually. There's proper English. These are skeletons rising from the graves. They have actually not that much health. But they fall and die, and then you can kill them afterwards. We fought skeletons last time, so we've been over this. God, we've been over skeletons already. Weren't you listening, viewers who probably didn't watch all of a 90-minute video? Human bone shard, that's a new material. It's a little bit different than undead bone shard, found by hunting those who live in death. Lamentably brittle, it crumbles at the lightest caress. Then how are we able to pick it up and put it in our pockets if it supposedly crumbles at the lightest caress? The word caress is so funny to me. I just love it. It's like Elden Ring calling feathers flight pinions. Caress is basically that counterpart to petting. I don't know if I worded that properly at all, but you know what I mean. I believe around here there's a little bit more. Before we head down into that village there's more we can see in this big open fields. Oh, there are sunflowers. These sunflowers are always poised to face the Erd Tree, which is pretty cool. Though I will be paying attention to that now that I know that and see if the game doesn't slip up on occasion in places. I'm sure it doesn't. From Software are extremely, attention to detail. But, you never know. Aha. Hi, person. Kind of look like an enemy from far away.
Mistake is that death has left its mark once again.
But I know that you are not because you talk.
Ah, a tarnished are you? I'm known as D. I hunt down those who live in death and weed their death root. Heed my warning. The village here has been touched by death. And worse yet, it is home to a mariner. If you value your life, then go no further.
This is the kind of things people always say, and the kinds of things that I always ignore.
The village here has been touched. Turn back while you still can.
Nah, no thanks. What? Okay, before I go, I need to point out his armor set. What in the world? It kind of looks cool. Except for the shoes. I really don't like the shoes. This game loves to do that thing with some of its armor set's shoes where it's modeled off of real feet, and I just don't get it. That looks like the ugliest possible shoes you could ever wear, and I do not understand the appeal. Miyazaki, what's wrong with you? Anyway, down into this place we go. Against D's warnings over there. I don't think I want to trust the words of someone who just is named D. I don't know. I don't know what word I wanted to follow up with that. So instead, let's enter Summonwater Village and... oh no, it's a mariner. Someone dares row a boat in these ruins. How could you? And you live in death or something. It is a boss known as the Tibia Mariner. Do not let this guy's big health bar fool you. This guy is probably the easiest boss in all of Elden Ring. Just watch. He kind of just sits there and takes it for the most part, though he does summon in health. So it is not impossible to die to him, but, it's also not very hard to win either. He's even killing his own summons! Dude! Dude, you summoned those for help, and now, look, why you treat your own minions so badly? This is why no one wants to join the evil side in video games. This is what it's like. You get summoned in for helping to fight this, do-good tarnished, and then you just get killed by your own boss. Alright, I have no idea what he's doing. Oh, that was a little AoE splash. Alright, nice job. Big splash. Let's, okay. This is probably their most annoying move. They just teleport elsewhere. You just gotta ride around the current area, try and find them again. There they are. And they're summoning more people. I think we could just ignore the people for the most part and focus on beating you in. Oh, you take way more damage from this. I should be using this. Ow! Okay, that... Nice job. You actually... You did something. And then you start killing your own minions again. What is actually wrong with you, dude? Alright. These guys do have spears, so unfortunately, they're gonna be annoying if I don't do anything about it. Whoa, was that an attack? Too bad that I ended up dodging at exactly the right time. Oh, there's an attack. And watch as it kills his own freaking minions. Drink that. Bam. And then you. He's trying to kill me with the boat. Very, very easily dodged. I don't know. There might be a boss in this game that's easier than this guy, but well, about that, I just stunned him and now he just can't do anything. He's dead. He's dead. Down goes the Tibia Mariner of the Summon Water Village. I do love how every boss in this game, no matter how minor, explodes into particle effects. That was something from Dark Souls 3 I felt was kind of lacking. Skeletal Militiaman Ashes and Deathroot. Let's check out those ashes. The spirits of militiamen who live in death. I'm getting so tired of hearing that already. Will continue to rise again until properly finished off. By just beating them while they're down. I guess that's properly finishing off. This is the grotesque fate of those who come into contact with Deathroot. Speaking of Deathroot, a source that gives rise to those who live in death. On the night of the dire plot, the stolen Rune of Death enabled the first death of a demigod. Later, the Rune of Death spread across the lands between through the underground roots of the Great Tree, sprouting in the form of Deathroot. There's also another little important tidbit there, but about that important tidbit, I'm just gonna let this new face over here, who isn't actually a new face because we just met him 5 seconds ago, do the explaining on that front.
Another fool who won't listen to reason, eh?
Yep.
But with a prowess for weeding Deathroot. How would you like to earn the strength of beasts? If you're inclined to hunt more of those who live in death and weed their Deathroot, then I'll introduce you to Gurranq, the beast clergyman. I have a matter of my own to attend to, and the beast himself wishes for someone to take my place. What say you?
I guess.
Very well. Show me your map.
No. No. Don't do an objective marker. How could you? Oh, I'm sorry.
Gateway. It will lead you to Gurranq, the beast clergyman.
Fun fact, objective markers are not always the worst thing ever. It's when games do them all the time that they get annoying, I understand.
I have a matter of my own to attend to. I spotted the mark of the centipede here in the village. An ill-omened symbol that should not be.
I agree, centipedes... no, centipedes are kind of cute, honestly.
The Golden Order and must be eradicated.
So to give you a little insight on the lore there with the those who live in death and all that, to clarify things. I believe the reason why we are able to respawn in this game, they have a different reason every single game, is because the Golden Order doesn't include death as a concept. In this world, death doesn't exist. Everyone just respawns. Which is also why the enemies respawn, partly. Except, that's not always the case. Some people do die permanently, and it makes no freaking sense, but hey, that's... Just from looking at the story, basically, death has been, like, cast away from the lands between as a part of the Golden Order. Those who live in death are people who are, like, actually accepting of death. Accepting that creatures should be able to just die and not be essentially immortal. Like, we all are right now. It's a bit of a weird concept, especially when you consider all the characters that do die permanently. Which, like, why aren't they respawning? Come on. But it makes enough sense. Oh, hello. Remember, Summon Water Village may be named Village, but it is a ruin, as you can see on the map. Therefore, it has a cellar right here. This cellar is locked with a stone sword key, but good thing for us, we do have one too, actually. This one only costs 1. You can tell because only one of them has their mouth open and is glowing. So let's plop that in there, plop that in your forehead, kill you to death, finish you off, I guess. And then let's go down to the basement. Hi guys, these little turtles, they're so cute. Sometimes there are enemies down here in these rooms before a treasure chest, but this time they just decided to put a bunch of turtles in. And that's because the item in here is a turtle talisman. I was actually not that far off with the name. Raises stamina recovery speed. Turtles are known as a nutritious ingredient. How dare you say this, like 2 feet away from this little family in this other room. Symbolic of inexhaustible power. However, those who hold turtles to be wise creatures consider the practice of eating their meat to be barbarous, as I do. So instead, I'm gonna wear this talisman to get the same effect, but permanently. I don't see why I wouldn't. Make sure to come and get this. It's a really useful effect, and it is very easily missable. Okay, there's this one more, this one more building over here. It's nothing. We've already explored that building before. There's no enemies to fight here. Look, it's the ocean. Don't fall in. Let's take a look at that red mark. It's right down here behind the Third Church America, where we picked up the, Flask of Wondrous Physics. So I could always check that out. In fact, let's do so right now. All right, we're behind the church. Now all we gotta do is find it. And you see that interesting wisp in the darkness? Right over here, hidden away from you, is a sending gate. I don't believe you have to talk to D up there to find this. I think you can find it on your own. He just points out its location to you. These sending gates will take you to somewhere else. Where is that somewhere else? You'll have to use it to find out. It's a pretty fun idea. You have no idea what's going to be waiting on the other side. Because you might be teleported into an unfamiliar named place, which turns out to be all the way over freaking here. That looks dangerous. And so does everything else. So instead of that, let's go right into these doors. Instead of going out there, I mean. Hey, this door is slightly lower than the other one. I'm onto you, From Software. Your games aren't perfect, alright. I love how I'm complaining about the alignment of the things and not the fact that the texture is kind of pixelated with my graphics. That could just be my graphic settings, though. Use this Site of Grace, as that ominous figure at the end of the room is, in fact, friendly, believe it or not. He is kind of scary, and I think I might want to be careful approaching him. But, yeah, let's give him a little talking to. Hello, Gurranq. Hand over Deathroot or talk. Great conversation, buddy. Here, want some Deathroot? Let's hand over one. Because we only have one.
I smell it. Death. Feed it me. Tarnished. Bring more deaths. I shall grant thee eye and claw. Feed me more.
Am I helping this guy overdose on drugs or something? He gives us Clawmark Seal and Beast Eye. The Clawmark Seal is a catalyst, I believe it's called, yep, used to cast incantations. Seals typically cast incantations. Actually we can use it, wow. We have not found the, basic version of the seal, the finger seal, yet. We're about to. Believe me, we're about to. Granted by Gurranq, the Beast Clergyman, a rare trinket which allows incantations to be scaled with strength. The claw mark represents Gurranq's wrath, enhances bestial incantations learned from Gurranq. I remember not being able to use this with the attributes required, but no, I start as a wretch, and so that's what I have. Alright, well, you certainly are an interesting fellow. I think, actually, before I go, there is one thing I'd like to show. Look at the torches in here. You see how they are, just still. They are warming the legs of all of those, whatever those are, beast things. Well, if I step out the door, pay attention. They start blowing in the wind as the wind effects start activating when you step outside. Pretty funny. Man, this place is big. I have an idea. Let's get a proper introduction by starting from this side. Actually, hold on. I saw some interesting looking structures up this cliff. I promise we'll be getting to some actual content in this video. I just need to go and satisfy my curiosity, okay? This is an open-ended game. Don't give me too much crap for it. I also don't remember half of this. It's just two big ruins. Okay. Now let's go. Wow, take a look. It looks kind of like a desert. The ground is red. There's a big fort up there, which, I'm sorry, Kenneth Height, but your fort does not match the level of intimidation that one has. You know, I could have just climbed down this hill, because there's the Third Church America right down there, and I think there is a way down this hill. I believe even a spirit spring to stop it, but it's okay. Is the dragonfly seriously in combat with me? The dragonfly saw me and thought, yeah, let's go after that person riding on the horse. That's a good use of my energy. Okay, so there's the obvious path in, but somewhere over here, I think, is that it down there? There's a spirit spring. I'm gonna take it to fall safely. Yes, indeed. There is a little tunnel here. Sorry, didn't mean to destroy the thing, marking the door lamp. Or is there a particular term for those lights you put right outside of your doors so that, you know, like, people can actually see when they're on the porch? Porch lights? Yeah, probably. Hello, Alexander, is that you? Most warrior jars do look the same, so it's probably good to ask.
I hadn't expected to see your face again. Are you heading to the Festival of Combat too?
I suppose so.
No need to be coy with me. Judging by the fine wallop you gave the old backside earlier, I would venture you're something of a warrior yourself.
Is that a Spider-Man reference in a From Software game? I hope so, but I don't think it is.
Now, according to my calculations, passing through this road should lead us to the Caelid Wilds. But, however you slice it, it seems we've reached a dead end. I'm sorry to have raised your hopes. It seems my calculations must have been off.
Man, with your brain being that big, I can't imagine you'd be that bad at math, so kind of surprising we ended up here. But yes, this door does not open. This is known as Gale Tunnel, named after that lovely, lovely boss from Dark Souls 3. I just need to vent about that because, never mind. I won't get into it right now. I'll take that smithing stone level 4, and then, do I have enough souls to level up at this grace here? Why, yes, indeed. So let's do that. Strength and dexterity. I would love to start using the Twin Blade, but I would also really like to start leveling up intelligence at some point soon, because I am a bit interested in magic. So yes, this place is kind of a dud for right now. After all, the icon isn't even where we are, so yeah, we clearly have to approach this from a different area. So instead, let's hop back out, and I think there is more to go down here, but I think it just takes you down, ultimately just takes you down to the area around the Church of Marika. There's a golden rune skull there. There's another freaking hill. Oh god. This place is bigger than I thought it was. Something you're gonna be saying to yourself all the time playing this game. That's a scarab. I need to go see what it has. Don't worry. We'll finish this game, probably by next millennia. That's my estimate. Judging by your colors, you're probably just never mind, you're a spell. Sacred Blade. I should probably read about those. Grants armaments attacks Holy Essence and fires off Golden Blade projectile. Armament retains Holy Essence for a while. As you can see, some of these are only usable on certain things, so you want to read these detailed descriptions to know what exactly they can be used on, because otherwise it just says, grants affinities and skills to an armament. Thanks. Oh, it actually says right up there, never mind. Skill passed down from antiquity among the knights of the capital, raise armament aloft, and give increased attack power defense to yourself. Cool. Ground Slam. Resulting pratfall sends a powerful shockwave in all directions. Very cool. I'm sure it does like 7 damage. Oh, I did not know y'all were there. Sorry to interrupt your like little class or whatever y'all are doing over here. I'm gonna go this way. Oh, wow. Spirit Springs are so fun. Check out that tower. We might be visiting that at some point later. Right. Finally into this place. Oh, hold on. Row of fruit. Break through the fence there, and we can see a little monument to get us started. And then, as we climb over the hill, watch the sky. Yeah, the sky doesn't like this place as much as I do. Even the moon just disappeared. It was like, nah, I'm out. Count me out of this. And look back there. Oh my god, redness. Yeah, welcome to Caelid. Here's what it's like. Hope you enjoy. Lord Godfrey, at last at the end of his campaign, his golden armies unvanquished and unbowed, yet finds grace lost, tattered, and faded. Whatever that means, I'm sure he was important, and I guess these are all his fallen comrades. Should I approach this church? To be honest, I'm not sure. And I'll show you why. I did just spend my runes. And there's a reason why I wanted to spend my runes. I was forced off of Torrent just then. Right outside this church is an invasion spot for the NPC. Reveal yourself, Anastasia Tarnished Eater. So basically just Man-Eater Mildred, but with a completely different looking outfit. As you can see, she's strong. And so is this area. If you couldn't tell by appearance, Caelid is a bit of a harder area of the game, and we're not really meant to... Yeah, we're not really meant to be here yet. So, instead of this, I think I'm going to run off this way before you... I was running against a rock, and I also decided to heal, so that both contributed to my death there. That's okay. Leveling up costs more than that amount of souls anyway, so I'll just leave them there. The reason why I recommend that you spend your runes, or perhaps even not approach that church at all at this point in the game, is because I learned the hard way that while Anastasia Tarnished Eater is attacking you, there's actually borders put up around, so you cannot run back into Limgrave. You cannot run back to safety. You are limited in your play area there, and you must either defeat her or die to her. There is no escaping her. As far as I know, maybe there is if you go deeper into Caelid, but that's not exactly what I wanted to do, and that was my first greeting into this place. Speaking of our first greeting into this place, did you see how much damage this dog did and how many hits I'm taking to kill it? Yeah, this place is a little bit rough. But I would like to go in here just briefly. Oh my god, look at this wall. It's like burning alive. It's burning rocks. And the reason why it hasn't burned all the way down is because it's rocks burning. Yeah, that's not the best thing. Caelid, one of the major regions of the Lands Between. As you can hear, the background music is completely different in this place because, yeah, it's a completely different area. What I want to do... Why did I ride Torrent? That's not at all what I pressed. My D-pad is a little bit weird sometimes. What I want to do here is light this Site of Grace before doing anything involving you over there. Gonna pick up this item, and then it's a nascent butterfly, or nascent butterfly. Appears as if it's just emerged from its cocoon for its entire life. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess it's looks like a cocoon that's split open. Sure, whatever. What's your opinions on this place? There's a second one. Yeah, we're not doing this.
It's rotting.
No shit.
Hey, let me finish. Everything. Rotting scarlet. The very earth that Caelid rests upon. And Celia, town of sorcery. The end is nigh, for us all.
Oh no, your poor town of sorcery or whatever. What, no feelings for these ruins down here? The very earth that Caelid rests upon, and this one town. Now I believe if I rest here, yes.
Forgive me. I've been testing you to determine if the Elden Ring would truly have you, if you had the mettle to endure this long and arduous path. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Roundtable Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace.
So, this encounter with Melina triggers if you either light a Site of Grace out in the open world in an area outside of Limgrave, or if you step up to the front doorstep of Stormvale and activate the big event that happens there. Next time you rest at a Grace, she will appear. And she'll actually say something a bit different. She'll say she's been testing you to see if Grace truly guides you, instead of to see if the Elden Ring would have you. There's a slight difference there, and I find that interesting. But yes, I would very much like to go to the Roundtable Hold.
Very well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
And then she kidnapped us. No. She indeed brought us here, into the Roundtable Hold. This is Elden Ring's hub area, and you must unlock it by fulfilling one of the 2 requirements needed to see that scene. This here is the Table of Lost Grace. It's a giant Site of Grace that you can rest at. Except you don't actually sit down, so it's not really resting. It works the same as a regular Grace, though. The Roundtable Hold is located off the map from the rest of the world, and you must use fast travel to get to it. It's a little bit weird in that way, but I guess they couldn't figure out other ways to incorporate a hub area into an open world. Outside of, just making Limgrave a kind of a hub area and having the other areas spread out around it, but whatever. Another feature of the Roundtable Hold. Notice the circle on the left side of the screen. That indicates I am not able to attack. I'm tapping right bumper. I'm trying so hard to kill this guy right here, and it's not letting me. In fact, you can't even change your weapon stances. I can't one-hand this. So I'm gonna look like I'm raising my club up to everyone I talk to. Hope you enjoy. Speaking of talking, let's get started with that.
Oh, this is a rare occasion. I can't remember the last time a new Tarnished made their way to the Round Table. Very well. As your senior, I bid you welcome. It is safe here. You may let down your guard. Allow me a word of advice. As your senior, you are a mere visitor to the Round Table. Nothing more. A house guest. Yet to earn their keep. Remember your place, newcomer.
Alright, I'll be sure to keep that in mind, but before I do earn my place, can I just ask what is up with y'all's weapon and clothing designs in this place? Seriously, that is a very odd-looking weapon there. Here's a door that's blocked shut. There's gonna be a lot of those around, so get used to it. Hello there.
Oh, I see you've just arrived. Welcome to the Roundtable Hold. I'm Corin, a man of the cloth. I teach incantations, the strength granted us by the Two Fingers, and explore the secrets of the Golden Order, so that one day, if a Tarnished of the Roundtable Hold should become Elden Lord, I might counsel them, ensuring order regains its proper form, righting rule over men. By the way, do you still see it? The guidance of grace.
Yes, and I've been ignoring it all this time.
You do? Wonderful news. Most Tarnished are blind to it these days. You are something of a rare breed. Well, what do you say? Care to learn an incantation of the Two Fingers?
What the hell are the Two Fingers? It's not good. This is a Souls game that's not going to be answered. Can I ask, why do you have a chain around your ankle? Are you a prisoner? So yes, he sells various incantations: urgent heal, cure poison, magic fortification, flame fortification. I'll show their descriptions briefly. Rejection. You can use this whenever someone asks you out and you're not interested. Catch flame, and flame sling. If you're interested in what happened to pyromancies, they've basically just become incantations. Flame sling is the exact same as fireball from the Dark Souls games. You can see their attribute requirements right there. Not very much. I can actually use most of those.
May the Golden Order shine through you.
Yeah, golden schmolden, and we'll see about that. Hello, D.
You've met Gurranq, I take it. Then owing to our duties shared, we are now comrades in arms. I think you've earned this. The power of the Golden Order to aid the hunt of those who live in death.
Oh, you mean your incantations? I was like, aren't you gonna give me something? Litany of Proper Death. Creates an image of order, holy damage to nearby foes. The role of the hunters is to stamp out defile reason, all for the perfection of the Golden Order. Order's Blade. My god, this Golden Order is so important you can turn it into a sword if you want, and attack with it. Holy crap. Any filled by this incantation cannot be revived. I believe that just means if you kill a skeleton with it, you don't have to hit them one more time. It just kills them right then and there. Now tell me about yourself, and more importantly, what are those? Oh, sorry.
I serve the Golden Order, that I might put this crooked land to rights, following only the guidance of the great Elden Ring. Those who live in death fall outside the principles of the Golden Order. Their mere existence sullies the guidance of gold, tainting its truth. And so it is the vermin must be exterminated, down to the very last.
Alright, whatever you say. I guess I can help you out with that. I'm just kind of going around and killing whatever I see, so I'm basically doing the same thing. Now, how about you?
Ah, hello. You must be new here. Well, just call me Dialos. The honor of one's house holds little import in these lands. By the way, have you met a young woman named Lanya on your travels? She's my servant, but fickle as the wind. Take your eyes off her for but a moment and she's good as gone. If you find her, please be sure to tell me.
I sure will.
Be sure to tell me she's a servant. She's been my companion since childhood. I've lost count of the number of times I've had to find her like this. Honestly, she's such a little tomboy.
Up this balcony, overlooking a big old ominous-looking room that I don't think I'm going to enter for the time being, there is nothing. All right, moving on. Let's go to this way first, to the left, as I like to say, because I'm, like, facing out this way. And we see you. All right, good talk, buddy. Moving on. Climb this ladder as we destroy those books over there. I guess we won't be climbing the ladder after all. In here is, you guys who sell stuff. Yeah, this game's weird sometimes. These are the Twin Maiden Husks, and they are basically the center of all purchases in the entire game, because many things in this game will give you bell bearings. Bell bearings you can take to these guys to allow them to sell more stuff. Either the inventory of a deceased vendor NPC, or just more stuff in this main purchase screen. You'll see how this works more later. Right now, they're selling rune arcs, which do nothing for us right now, but they are a shard of the Shattered Elden Ring, so that's pretty neat. Even if no great rune is equipped, it will slightly increase maximum HP upon use. I'm glad I read that, because I was about to say that they are completely useless, but no, they actually do have use. Stone Sword Key, and most importantly to me right now, never mind. I thought they sold a staff. I thought they sold a magic staff. They do not. Well, that's a shame. They really don't. Yeah, they sell a bow and a finger seal, which is indeed the basic seal we need. Not a staff, though. That's actually kind of disappointing. I was hoping to be able to cast spells soon. I guess we'll have to delay that longer. I'd love to get started with magic, but I can't remember where you can find a staff for purchase, because I think they can sell one later, but that's about it. All right. Next up is you. Still got a couple more faces to meet.
You're a new face. No matter. It's all the same. Lay out your arms. Let's get smithing.
Please smith my weapons and not my arms. Master Hugh here is a blacksmith, which you do need if you wish to upgrade your weapons past +3. And I have decided I am well overdue for some upgrades, so let's bump up the club a little bit. And I'm out of runes. Well, good thing I can just sell him some of my runes here. The sell price of golden runes is the exact same as the number of runes that they give you if you were to use them in your inventory. So, knowing that, you could just go here and, like, sell him 18 of these, and now look at that. I got 3,000 runes. Let's bump this up. Probably bump this up again, probably bump this up again. Pretty much every armament you can equip into your hands can be upgraded, including torches, including shields, including magic staffs. And it just makes them better at whatever they do. Not only does it increase damage, but it can also increase scaling effects. As you can see, strength scaling does go up by a little bit here. That's about it, though, and I think I'll leave them at +2 and +2. I am planning on using other weapons later on, so I won't spend too many resources on these. About the chains on your legs there.
I see you've noticed the chains. Nothing special. I'm a prisoner and these are my chains. I'm trapped by the hold. I'm dying, smithing for you fools. That's all there is to it.
You're a prisoner?
No, don't read too much into it. I've no grudge against you. My being a prisoner is no fault of yours. Besides, I don't mind smithing. Despite my differences, the weapons get stronger all the same. Given time, technique never fails. Besides, it helps me forget the sheer terror of her.
Oh dear. One more thing Master Hugh can do for you is Ash of War duplication, which I'll get into later when we find the item you need for that. For now, down here is... guess what? A locked door. And guess what? A stone sword key door. I'm not going to use all my stone sword keys on that right away, so instead, let's meet the final face in this room. the mirror. By using this mirror, you can change your character's appearance whenever you want at any time. You can change name, body type, age, anything for completely free. No need to spend a pale tongue on Rosaria to do it or anything. You can just do it for free. And I love that. You can't change your attributes whenever you want, and that makes sense. But being able to change your appearance whenever you want makes enough sense. Because, like, what if eventually you decide you don't like the character design that you made and you want to try something else out, or maybe you want to change one little thing about them? So instead of being stuck with them for the entire game, you can just come in here and change them. Definitely something I like about modern RPGs. At least ones where you get to create a character. Anyway, no, here's the real final new face. You.
Greetings, great champion called by grace. I am Fia. Circumstances have compelled my stay at the Roundtable Hold. Great champion, would you allow me to hold you? But briefly.
Great champion.
You might share with me some of your lively vigor and your stout-heartedness. Doing so will grant me the warmth of a champion. And you, I am sure, will bear a Baldakin's blessing. Do you think it vulgar, perhaps? Where I come from, it is a sacred act.
She's called us a champion, yet the last thing we killed was a freaking Tibia Mariner, so I don't know how much of a champion I am. But I am more than willing to accept being hugged.
My thanks, great champion. You are very warm. What you felt light up inside you was a Baldakin's blessing. Though it is but a fleeting thing, I am afraid. Come back to me, should you require another. I will take you in my arms as often as you need.
I don't believe I'm going to require another Baldakin's blessing, but maybe I'll require another hug. See, sometimes your Dark Souls characters, when they go through all the crap that they do in the games, they just need a hug. And Elden Ring lets you, I guess, provide that service to your own character. I don't know, that was not very well worded, but I'm sure you know what I mean. But if you were paying attention, when I got the Baldakin's blessing, my maximum health went down. By having that in your inventory, you actually get a secret debuff to your maximum health. So what you want to do is go and use it right away. But wait a minute, it's a consumable item, I don't want to use it. It boosts poise. Poise doesn't do shit. Use it right away. Completely worthless item, just use it. So yeah, Fia is tricking you in a way there, but not maliciously necessarily. I'm not completely sure about that. That is it for the Roundtable Hold for now. We will be coming back to it time and time again. So for my next destination, I'm gonna head back down to Agil Lake and explore this way a little bit, and then we'll start going south. Haunts. Oh wait a minute. I have runes now. I have runes. Get that dexterity up. Stop crouching. Beep. 17 dexterity. Am I at the level yet? No, I am one off at this point, but we're almost there. I can still equip it and use it. It just won't do as much damage. And I'd rather experience it at its peak performance, you know? When, you know, my character's actually skilled enough to use it properly and not deal like 20% damage with it. I don't think that's the actual damage lowering. I think it's whatever the minus says in the attack power screen, but no, whatever. Hello, dead tree. We're gonna avoid the dragon, who is not here at the moment, probably because he's too resource heavy to be loaded in at all times. So, sorry to break immersion there, but that is how games work. There's those guys hanging down from the bridge. Oh, and they're alive. All right, let's grab you, fire grease, and boom. Okay. Okay. I think I'm seeing the effects of my upgraded club. All right, that's awesome. Yeah, we're doing damage in the hundreds with it now. At least to these guys we are. I don't know about other enemies. All right, let's get off Torrent and let's start fighting on our own. That could also be the talisman that's boosting damage on horseback. Oh, that was a semi-nice number. It had the right numbers in it, but it wasn't, you know, fully there. Why did you not take a shot at me that entire time? And who are you? And what have you done with your own life to get to where you are right now as a skeleton in this river down here? Row of fruit. And now, there are a couple of things to see down here. And by a couple of things, I actually mean 3 things. I was forced off of Torrent just then. But don't worry, this oncoming battle is much easier than the one we had outside of Caelid. As you can see, one of the 3 things is a cave. I'm gonna go check that out in a little bit. Invaded by Bloody Finger Nereus is how you pronounce this name. Unlike Anastasia from before, you can actually escape this guy. If you just run back towards Aguil Lake, he will go back to his own world. But as you can see, he's dressed up in this weird cloak, and he's got some special blood attacks that deal bleed damage. If you manage to survive for long enough...
The Bloody Finger. The end is nigh. For you. And your cessblood.
Bloody Finger Hunter Yura joins the battle. I'm gonna lead Nereus over to him so that they can both get fighting. There we go. Yura is on your side, as he is orange. That is what that phantom color means, and the red phantoms are the ones that are against you. You know, red bad, orange okay. I guess. You managed to get a flask off. Now, it is entirely possible I'll still die to this, but it's okay. We can get back here very easily. I think I might want a Barbaric Roar. Let's do that. Nope. Oh, he's out of flasks. He only had 1. NPC invaders can use Flasks of Crimson Tears, but they tend to only have like 1 or 2. No, that's blood loss. I think another hit from that might kill me, so let's heal back up to full. Oh, I could be using my flask right now to give myself increased strength. Never mind, it didn't matter. Down he goes. The Reduvia is our reward, which is, I believe, the weapon he was using. With his objective accomplished, Bloody Finger Hunter Yura returned to his world. The dagger rips the flesh as it enters, inflicting blood loss with sickening efficiency. I just read that typo as if it was actually intended. Slash with the wicked dagger, transforming its never-drying blood stains into airborne blades that cause blood loss. Can be fired in rapid succession. Very, very cool. Now with the invader dead, this cave is unblocked, and we can now go inside. So, let's do so. I'll admit, NPC invasions can be kind of weird in regards to, like, immersion. Like, I already said that online features aren't my favorite things because I think they ruin the immersion of the game. NPC invasions are kind of similar in that. Like, this random guy is just glowing red and comes out of nowhere and starts to fight you for no reason. I really don't get that. I can go without the Twin Blade for a little while longer if it means I have more maximum health, which I'm going to need soon. I believe if you spam dodging and get out of that animation sooner, actually, maybe not. Well, down here in Murkwater Cave, oh, I was kind of supposed to be stealthy, and... oh, never mind, it's fine. He saw nothing this whole time. See, there are more chains set up. What is he doing? I guess he's getting in his steps for the day. Yeah, let's surprise the crap out of him. I don't know what these guys are. They seem to be commoners that are clothed in a special armor, or they could be, like, highwayman. Okay, there you go. Sure, I'll wear their gauntlets because it fits better with this shirt I've got on right now. This way, we have some moss, more moss. And, oh, a boss right away, though I don't believe I want to go there just yet. There is more to explore in the cave after all, and I would like to check out all a cave or all a mini dungeon has to offer before going for the boss. At least as much as I know of. It is entirely possible that I will miss secrets in this game, just fair warning. This game is massive. There is no way that I could reasonably get to absolutely every last thing without this series being like 20 videos long. Though there was explosive barrels I just destroyed. I forgot to mention last time, but if you can just destroy explosive barrels and they will not blow up. It's only if they get activated by fire pots or other such fire attacks that they explode. 5 mushrooms. That was my reward for killing those guys and coming down here. 5 freaking mushrooms. Okay. Oh, I set off the alarm. Somebody set up bust the alarm. Could there be, perhaps, one of those there thingies in this room? By those there thingies, I mean one of those walls that isn't really a wall. It doesn't appear that way. Yeah, this is just, this is it. This is all that's here. A little corner with 5 mushrooms and the boss. I promise the caves get interesting, guys. It's just those starting caves that are really small, and the catacombs and tunnels are far longer by comparison. It's really weird. Anyway, let's traverse the mist. I guess the boss missed us. Or something. Yes. Suspicious ledge up there, but otherwise seems pretty safe. Maybe I was lying in the first video and there are mimics in this game after all? No. Right then. I'll just take this.
Well, well, well. Thought you'd just help yourself to a man's personal belongings, huh? You thief. The gods demand repentance. Cough up your coin. All of it.
Patches is a recurring character in the Soulsborne games. He's been in the games ever since Demon's Souls, and every single time, he's basically just a little shit who tricks you into doing stuff. In this case, though, he's actually a boss. He's the boss of this cave. So, let's beat him up. We're doing so much damage to him, and I think it's all because of my strength, not crystal tier. Oh god, and which scales especially well with this club, though I'd like to know how this sword does by comparison. It might not do as much. He's got a spear, so I already hate him. Hate his guts in this game.
Please. I surrender. White flag and all.
Are you sure?
Well, finally come round, have you? I knew you would. You're a lady of reason, through and through.
Ordinarily, I would just kill him. I did that in my last playthrough. But I hear this guy does have a lot more to him if you leave him alive. And besides, I did just kind of come in here and take this treasure. I think it serves me right to just be attacked for coming in and stealing some guy's treasure, even though it was just the cloth set. He actually lets you keep it too, so yeah, I guess you're off the hook, for now anyway.
Ah, well, what do you know? You're tarnished like me. Now, how did I get that wrong? I took you for a demi-human or some such. An innocent mistake, I assure you. Well, water under the bridge. Now we're squared up. How about we play nice from now on?
I don't believe your choice here matters. It didn't matter in Dark Souls 3. I'll forgive, but not forget the fact that you did attack me in this cave and that you are, in fact, a spear user and thus an abomination. And so, you know what? Some things can't be forgiven. You're a spear user. You should feel ashamed.
Slow down, madam. What's the matter? This simply isn't like you. You've always known an innocent mistake when you see one.
What?
Suit yourself.
Have you been stalking me?
Patches the untethered. Tarnished like you, only free-spirited. Nomadic, you might say. Only for now, those retired soldiers turned bandits. And they're paying for my gruel. In exchange for my, well, showing them the ropes. But honestly, this looting racket is bloody terrifying. I'm ready to wash my hands clean. Maybe set up a legitimate shop. So don't be a stranger. I'll be ready to wheel and deal come next time.
I love how he's talking this casually, not realizing that this is his blood spilled all over the floor, and some of mine as well. I suppose. He did hit me like once or twice.
Don't forget to pop back for another visit, friend. I'll be ready to wheel and deal come next time.
Well, I've got lots of people I need to visit, so forgive me if I kind of forget you exist for a little while. After all, I didn't do anything else with him in my first playthrough. I just killed him. Right, so that was Murkwater, that's what it's called. Murkwater Cave. Now let's continue down the Murkwater River, as I like to call it, which is the most shallow river I've ever seen. Any water that you travel through in this game is just this shallow because, you know, Dark Souls characters can't swim. Hello, Yura. That was some great help you gave me back there.
Ah, we meet again. To have fought Nereus and lived. You must have seen your share of battle. I am Yura, as you might recall. Hunter of bloody fingers, tarnished, held in thrall by cessblood. Zealots, who stalk their own. You stay the path. You are certain to face more of them. Just remember, no kinship with their ilk remains. Their madness precludes it. Don't make your emotions stay your blade.
And don't let your emotions make you be such a slow frickin' talker.
Be on your way. Perhaps we will meet again. If fate permits.
Perhaps indeed. Let's go pick up this mushroom on horseback. This game is amazing. Mostly. Poison bloom, skeletons that I don't feel like fighting, slime trash piles that I don't feel like fighting, mushrooms that I do feel like picking up, and then some catacombs that I feel like exploring. This is the real treasure down here. And just like with the first catacombs we visited, it starts raining as soon as I'm about to enter. Great timing to get us sheltered. Murkwater Catacombs, let's go. Like the site of grace and continue down. I do consider these catacombs to be easier than the, what were those up there? Death Touched. We'll be coming back to Death Touched at a later time. Hello, you are burial watchdogs being, like, shown off on the sides. Okay, that was good thing I dodged there. I think I might want to use... I also might want to dodge attacks, but I might also want to use club against these guys. I think I'm a little bit more resistant to them now that I've leveled up my maximum health a bit. Going into Stormfoot at the maximum health level that I was at before was a bit of a risk, but I had experience fighting these guys, so I was sure of my capabilities. But yes, I was chased out of that catacomb in my first 2 playthroughs because I just wasn't as good. Okay. I'm sorry, is there someone else here? Yes, there is. There was someone on the back wall, I guess. Oh, that running attack they do where they have that 4-hit combo. One of their toughest attacks to, or void, or to, attack back afterwards, or counter-attack, I mean. Well, if that isn't a giant obvious button if I've ever seen one, how about I try using it against you guys if I can? Oh, that shoots the wrong way, darn it. So yes, that is a pressure plate setting up a trap of 3 arrows that shoot in successions of 3. 3 is a magic number, I guess. Heal? No. Boom. And boom, boom, boom. Man, I remember doing homework in, I believe, elementary school, and it was around the time when I just could not grasp the concept of multiplication. There was so much multiplication that I kind of had to memorize, and I just couldn't do it. The boss door lever already. That's real quick. Interesting. Yeah, it's opening in a place we haven't even seen yet. You see these imp statues off to the side. These ones are not alive. That one has a very interesting face. And so does that one. Oh, don't step on that. And you... all right, I'm leaving. I don't need that thing getting up and crawling after me. I don't believe the enemies ever look like that. The enemy imps ever look like that, which is a shame. Kind of a missed opportunity. All right, is this really all there is to this catacomb? I could have sworn there was more. Maybe I'm mistaken. Oh, watch out for that pressure plate. Ow, I'm fine. Because they are, like, kind of taking turns attacking so that they're not just piling on top of you. Okay, maybe they are just piling on top of me. A little bit. It's fine. I'm fine. I'll be fine. I'm less fine now, but that can hurt them. Which is interesting, since, you know, wouldn't think flaming arrows would be that effective against stone. Right, so that's the boss. But I could have sworn there was more to this place. Is that really it? Just a room? And then the end. Man, I'm way too used to the late game of Elden Ring, where the catacombs are really, the mini dungeons start getting really big. But even Stormfoot Catacombs, one of the first ones you're supposed to find, I'm pretty sure, was bigger than this. And yeah, this one's just done. It's done and over with right away. Well, I do still have my Flask of Wondrous Physic, which does have healing capabilities, but I am out of Crimson Flasks. So this boss fight might not go particularly great. It is Grave Warden Duelist. I remember this guy being super fun when I fought him for the first time, so let me give him another chance. I did kind of start to resent them as I fought more of them, but maybe that was just me being impatient and just wanting, you know... I want the bosses to all be easy. Why do they all have to be so hard? At the same time, though, well, I'll talk more about these freaking bosses later. Boom, boom, boom. All right, that is some fun attacks to dodge, though. Like, seriously. And I do have my flask once again. I'm gonna try doing jump attacks. So is he. He took a page from my book. Oh, God. How did that not hit me? What you doing? What you doing? I was trying to jump attack, but I instead rolled. There is actually a special attack you could do at the end of a dodge roll. If you, like, press the attack button during the roll, you can do a quick attack afterwards. I'd like to break your stance, but I don't know how possible that's going to be. Flask? Wait, I used it? Oh, I used it up against Patches, and I never rested at a grace. Well, this is gonna go badly. Unless I can somehow clutch this out. Let me give myself at least a little bit of an advantage. Barbaric Roar. I believe he applied a similar effect to him. Ow! 2 bad dodges in a row. That's okay. We got him next time, because then I'll have my flask. And my flask grants me strength. When being sent back to the start of a long run to a boss, it might be wise to just ignore all the enemies. Oh, that guy has glowing eyes. Enemies randomly have glowing eyes, and I believe all this means is that they drop more runes if you kill them. That's it. Attempt 2. I start off by yelling to show my ferociousness, and then I get hit. And then I run away and go after my runes. That's what I do. Look at the imp in the doorway there. Just like, hey, wait, I want to get in on this. I want to watch. All right. Boom, 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 and then boom. That's taking up a lot of stamina, but it was worth it. All right, I want to know exactly by how much this increases my strength. My strength right now is like 12, and it is now 22. That's 10. That's an increase of 10. Crazy. And I believe it lasts for like a good few minutes too. So, oh, watch out for this. I don't know the exact duration, but it is a good long while. Okay, I'm gonna stun you and then heal. Oh. Yeah, this guy's fun. What is late game me talking about? The Grave Warden Duelist is really, really fun. How effective is a sword against you? Decent. For what it lacks in damage, it makes up for in speed, because it is a little bit faster than the club. And I think it is about time I start using just traditional swords. Down he goes. That's Murkwater Catacombs. And your reward is Banished Knight Engvall. Banished Knight is an enemy type, which we have not fought yet. And this guy's coming in to say, hey, don't forget about us. You just ran past us. How could you? We deserve to be fought. Oh, you killed me. One of the 2 knights dubbed the Wings of the Storm. Despite his banishment, he rejected the invitation of the grace-given lord, instead keeping watch over a masterless castle for many years, gaining renown as a hero of the fringes. This isn't a more important spirit ash. It is kept in a separate category from these, and this requires a different material than Grave Glovewort. It requires, yes, this, Ghost Glovewort. Strengthens renowned ashes to +1. So these that are just regular enemies take Grave Gloveworts, this takes Ghost Glovewort. Oh yeah, and while I'm here, let's check this out. Prone to tears, the jellyfish girl searches for her distant home, will bravely spew poison at foes on her summoner's behalf. It seems her name is Aurelia. A little bit of lore given to this jellyfish that is super cool, and don't worry, her story is not done quite yet, though I'm afraid we'll not be seeing the end of it for a long time. That's basically it for Murkwater here. There are some ledges up above which you can always use to climb down. If you notice those on the map, those are little gravestones jutting out of the side of the mountains there. You can use those to climb down on Torrent to an area far below. So it's basically like Spirit Springs, except you can't climb up. But for the final part of this video, I wish to go south, and I can't do that until I rest at this grace and get this enemy out of here. And until I level up my dexterity to 18 and I can finally use the Twin Blade! It doesn't, like, take strength, does it? No, it doesn't. I can use it! Yes! It actually does less damage than my sword does right now, but don't worry, I'll be giving this thing some upgrades. In fact, why don't I give it some upgrades right now? +1, +2. Now it's all in line with the club and the sword. I decided to do it at the smithing table since not only was it possible, but I might as well get the most use out of the smithing table as I'm ever going to get. Now, do you have anything more to say? Always a pleasure. About Blythe.
Ah, then you met Blythe, did you? Wonderful. I'm glad I pointed you in his direction. He's boorish, blunt, and couldn't find his nose with both hands. But he's a good egg. I think the two of you are sure to find the best in one another.
Alright. I think that is mostly it with what Caelid ever has to say. I can buy some arrows if I want, or some throwing daggers. No thanks, those are consumable items. You know how I feel about those, Caelid. About merchants, though, as I teleport to Aegea Lake South. Since we have discovered the Twin Maiden husks in the Roundtable Hold, I may as well tell you what killing merchants can do for you in a beneficial way. As horrible as that sounds to say, killing a merchant will drop a bell bearing, which you can then take to the Twin Maiden husks. What this does is it condenses their inventory into one space so you don't have to go looking for the one merchant that sold that one thing that you really wanted, and you can't remember which merchant it was because there are so many of them. That is somewhat of a gameplay benefit to killing the merchants you see and going against Caelid's wishes. I'm not sure how Caelid reacts if you do this, probably not very well. Alright, here's the Twin Blade. Already, I am loving it. It is a new weapon class to Elden Ring, and it is amazing. When wielded in two hands like this, the first hit that it gives deals a lot less damage, but the second hit is supposed to deal like the standard amount of damage. So you're expected to land 2 quick consecutive hits on an enemy in order to deal all the damage that you can. Down here, I don't believe there's much of note. Yeah, I'm sorry, you do not count as anything of note. Dudes, yeah, okay. Three ruined fragments! How dare you steal our 3 ruined fragments! I mean, according to the demi-humans, they're probably, like, their most prized possessions, but, like, come on, guys. Find something better. Find, like, a sunflower or something. Just anything better than ruined fragment. Did pass on picking up some arteria leaves earlier, and that's just because arteria leaves aren't that useful to me. They craft, like, 3 items, and, I mean, you know how I am with consumable items. Right, up the hill we go to the interesting little dot on our map, which, as you can see, almost very soon, is surrounded by these weird things. These things remind me of that hazard in Nanosaur 2 that, like, spins in a circle and causes all this purple lightning to appear everywhere. I don't know, it's always just reminded me of that. As you can see, there is a stake of Marika out there. And that's because this right here is an Everjail, the Forlorn Hound Everjail. Examine, and you can enter. Sure. Enter a jail, why not? What could go wrong? Well, the thing about these Everjails is that they tend to be a little bit more intense than you would think. Bloodhound Knight Darrowell. Everjails are just boss battles, though you cannot summon spirit ashes for them. In this case, though, you can actually summon in Blythe, the half-wolf, and I will choose to do so because this is the very guy that Blythe was hunting. He was telling us about how he was hunting down someone named Darrowell and told us to inform him if we ever found him. So, here he is.
Justice. No. This is where it ends for you.
After all, this guy did a ton of damage to me just now, so I'd rather have the health. We are going to be fighting more enemies like him in the future, so I do not consider this to be cheap in any way. I just think it's really cool for plot reasons. You understand. I hope you do. Oh, wow. Look at Blythe. He's strong. Far stronger than I am. I'm still doing a decent amount. I'm evasive, at least. I don't know about Blythe. Yeah, he just kind of tanked that hit to the face. But hey, he could tank the hit to the face. That's impressive if nothing else. And down he goes. You almost look like you were attacking me, buddy. Bloodhound's Fang, and Blythe has returned to his world. Or has he? What are you saying, game? He's right here in my own world. Basically, the game just uses the multiplayer mechanics to allow you to have, the main NPCs interact with you. Even if it's weird at first, you get used to it.
Right. There you are. Had to work for it, but it's done. Don't say I'm not a man of my word. Here's your prize.
Ooh, a somber smithing stone level 2.
Oh yes. I should say, if you venture north to Lucaria and come across a venerable blacksmith who's a little on the large side, tell him I sent you, and he'll be sure to treat you right. I owe you one, I reckon.
Venture north to Lucaria. North is up this way. We have not seen that yet.
That's enough chit-chat for now. It's time we parted ways.
Aw, but you're kinda cool. And I want you to help me fight bosses. Nah, whatever, it's fine. I can't I can't just go in with a big old strong wolf buddy at my side. If I actually want to get stronger, I need to face them down myself. That is, after all, how these games work. For the most part. Elden Ring does just let you summon on certain fights and cheese them like I did there. But aside from that, for the last thing I want to do in this video, I would like to come down this way. And, oh, actually, is there something a little minor I want to see over here first? There might be. There's a spirit spring here. I believe all this takes you to, there's a soldier over there, is a big old camp of soldiers up here. There's not that much in this place, and I think we could always just come back to it later. I'll mark it with a sword to indicate that I should come back to it later. Or maybe no, maybe with a skull. I'll mark anything that I have incomplete that involves combat with a skull. Whether it's a boss or just a big enemy I want to fight. For now, let's beat you down. Boom. And continue on south. Towards this bridge. I wish to cross this bridge before we end today. And as you can see, there's already a huge squadron of soldiers waiting us on it. So there's a reason why I didn't want to go fight all those guys up there. Oh, okay. Nice shot, guys. You shot me out of the air. All right, well, that time you didn't even get close. So, War Pick and Godric Soldier Gauntlets. All right, then. Enemies can drop multiple items, but they do so quite rarely. All right, I might need to respawn here. That's okay. Bridge of Sacrifice. So, first things first. Well, that worked because the enemy behind me just died. I'm going to ignore everyone else and go straight for the person on the ballista and kill them. So that there is no more ballista, no more big explosions, none of that. We're gonna heal up. Oh, wow, you can jump. The enemies can jump in this game. And you can use it to your advantage to just bully them down before they have a chance to fight you. See, that was the best idea, running past the enemies. It's not always the worst thing. So, little fun fact about Elden Ring. If you own a physical version of the console release of the game, on your disc is actually a pre-release version of the game. It is known as the 1.0 version. There is a series of videos by a YouTube user I can't remember the name of currently, but I will look it up, exploring this pre-release version, because this version is fully playable. If you simply turn off your internet and don't install any updates for the game, just pop the disc in and play it. I hope it's that simple. When I looked into it, people made it sound that simple, so I sure hope it's as simple as they make it sound. And you can play the 1.0 version of Elden Ring, which has many, many differences from the version we got on launch. For instance, the heads-up display looks different. You can see it has all these golden embellishments, but it didn't used to have those. It used to look a lot more basic, which could have been a placeholder design that they, for some reason, kept that late into development. Oh yeah, we're in the Weeping Peninsula or something. I'll get to explaining that shortly. Among the differences in this version are some item locations being different, names of items being different. I believe Golden Rune 1 is called something completely different. It's not called Golden Rune at all. And you know, there's just a few earlier designs here and there. Some of the bosses use different music tracks. It's all very interesting stuff. I definitely recommend checking out that video series if you're interested. Unless you want to avoid spoilers, then don't. Until you've seen most of the game, or have played it yourself. But if you're playing it yourself, you wouldn't be watching this, so never mind. Next time on Elden Ring, we're going to explore the Weeping Peninsula, this new land that we have happened upon, as yes, this is supposedly where you're intended to go before going up here into Stormvale Castle. It is a little bit weird that the first guidance of grace you get points you up here, and then you're actually expected to go down here instead, but hey, there is at least this guidance of grace that points down, so whatever. Thank you all for watching if you did, and as always, I will see you all in the future.